Good morning traders, and welcome to this week's weekly market analysis, Monday the 27th of May. Alright, first of all, data coming out this week, not a whole lot, but some of the highlights. We have Australian CPI numbers due out Wednesday, and the other major highlight is unemployment claims from the US, which is due out on Thursday later this week. But I've got them listed over here on the side so you can have a look. Let's just jump straight into our analysis this week, and we'll kick off with the Aussie US dollar. All right, we've been tracking this converging triangle. Let me see if we can see it if I zoom out a little bit. There, as you can see, we've been tracking it, and I was particularly interested to see if we were going to shoot off that top resistance level. So let's zoom back in, and if I rewind back 5 candles ago, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're around about here. Look, the movement did happen. Unfortunately, it didn't push as high as I thought, so I actually missed it and was not able to trigger a trade from this. What we can now do, let me just see if I can move this around. We can either wait for a second wave if it pushes back towards there, and if we get the reversal and we shoot in this direction, or alternatively, let's carefully look. I would like it to move down a little bit more. If it moves down a little bit more and then it gives me some kind of a pull up, then on this area here I could be interested in trading inside the converging triangle down towards this support level over here. All right, if you feel uncomfortable about that type of trade, well then what you need to do is wait until we either get to this level to try and trade this way, or wait till we get to that level to try and trade in this direction. Okay, so there you have it. That's our Aussie US for this week. Let's move along, have a look at the Euro USD. Now, you can see this zone that I had highlighted. That zone represented this top line, okay? And then this high watermark level converging into this area here. And I said if the market, we were over here somewhere, if it should push towards here, this is a high probability trade that it could push in a downward direction. So let's look for it. Unfortunately, it has not moved towards it. It still has a slight chance. If it pushes up maybe around about there, slightly off center, it can still happen, but it's looking less likely at the moment. So what can we do? I'll still leave the markers. Let's see if it does play out for us. Look, it's shifting along. It doesn't look like it looked better last week than this week, should I say. All right, so for the Euro USD, I guess let's just watch and monitor, and we'll make a decision as we get towards this level over here. Okay, all right, that's Euro USD. So move along, let's have a look at the US yen. US yen, we are still trading inside that range that I marked out, and still there on my chart, which is that top range here. I really want to exit out before I become interested in pursuing the trend in that direction, or if I exit out in this area, maybe I'm interested in a trade over there shooting downwards. But whilst I'm still stuck in the middle there, it's a zone that I don't like, so I just keep those parameters there, and let's see which way we can leave this particular range. All right, so US yen, it's sit and wait, watch, and let's see where it takes us. GBP USD, okay, my GBP USD, I had marked this area, we were over here, I was saying let's see if we can push towards there and shoot down, because I'm following this top line and the bottom one, which is like a converging triangle, so the market's coming narrower. Okay, so I think it's still in play. I just need to let me just shuffle this over a little bit around here. So let's look for it in today's candle and tomorrow's candle. If I can get, let me zoom in so it's a bit, I can draw better. Let's say today this candle ends up looking something like this, okay? And then if tomorrow we get an inside candle there, that's it. We're ready to trigger this one and become a seller. All right, so this one's very close to trigger, so let's keep it an eye on it. It's the GBP USD. So possibly it could be ready tomorrow, late tomorrow. Okay, so keep this one on your hot list. All right, GBP USD. So we're trying to trade it down. Let's move WTI oil. Okay, so I've got this line here. Oops, wrong marker. I got this line down here and I was looking towards maybe a buy. We did not get any kind of signal and now we have broken it down. So what does this mean? It means I don't need this line anymore, and it appears now that we are definitely in a downtrend. So what we can try and look for is the little pullbacks and try and sell on those little pullbacks. Okay, so for example, the market's right here right now. If it should come down and then give me a nice inside candle setup, then that would be a trigger to become a seller, and we're trying to trade into this new trend downwards. All right, so yeah, that's all that I can see at this particular moment. We have broken that line, which that's a good indicator that the trend has broken, and we're now moving into the new trend, which is downwards. All right, so that's WTI, and the last one for this week we have gold. All right, I marked out that high up there, and I said, look, it's not really a double top until it actually happens, but let's put a marker there, and if we do get a nice reversal sign, I'd be interested in becoming a seller there. Now, we overshot it just a little bit, and after we overshot it, those two candles there that I'm highlighting, that is a reversal signal. It's not in the perfect spot. So unfortunately it went a little bit too high and we've missed it, but that was a signal, and then straight afterwards it actually shot down. So sometimes this happens in trading. It can be frustrating. I get asked a lot of times, why do we need to wait for that confirmation of reversal? Why can't we just take the trade simply when we get to that level? So for example, if as soon as we got to this level you decide to just become a seller, then obviously in this case you would have got the trade. But it can often happen that, you know, I can pick a point, like say this point over here, at the time before the market went, you go here and it never came back down, right? So the level, we need some kind of evidence that at least to increase our probability that the market is actually turning around. So, because otherwise it just basically just shoots up, and then you go back and look at your chart over here and you go, well, there's no double top at all in this section. So had this one just continued to go up, then it does not look like a double top. All right, so there you have it. That's the analysis for this week. Again, guys, have a look. I'll just post it up here on the side of the screen. The highlights were, again, let me just remember, Australian CPI data due out on Wednesday, and we have unemployment claims for the US due out on Thursday. Everything for the major highlights for this week is listed. Please take note so that you don't get caught in any trades that you do not want to be part of. Have a great trading week, and I'll speak to you next week for the weekly market analysis. Bye for now.